Hi, this is Christy Reese, and we are going to talk about 5 misconceptions of the recent National Association of Realtors settlement. Number 1, the settlement will force realtors to reduce their fees. This is not a foregone conclusion. Each real estate agent charges their own fee. This has always been negotiable, but some agents do set their fees because of the value that they bring. So I liken it to shopping in Nordstrom's or Target. Sometimes those stores sell the same product. You're gonna pay more at Nordstrom's than you do at Target for a variety of reasons: service, the style of the building, all the different amenities that they offer. And real estate agents are the same way. Some charge less, some charge more. This is not going to put a blanket reduction on all agent commissions. Second misconception about the recent NAR settlement is that sellers will no longer pay buyer agent fees. So the settlement says that we are going to uncouple the seller agent fees and the buyer agent fees. So many sellers may choose not to pay a buyer's agent fee. But what I will tell you is that will reduce the number of buyers that will come to your house, because if a buyer has to pay the buyer's agent fee, many buyers will not be able to buy your home. So while some sellers may choose not to pay the fee, many sellers will choose to continue with this practice that we have developed in the United States, where the seller will pay the buyer's agent fee so that the buyer doesn't have to, therefore increasing the amount of buyers that can buy their home. Third misconception is that the seller is prohibited from paying the buyer's agent fee. That is not true. They still can pay the buyer's agent fee. What the settlement has said is that those fees will no longer be published in an MLS, a multiple listing service. This is going to make it a little bit more difficult for agents to determine how they're getting paid. Is the buyer going to have to pay them, or is the seller willing to pay them? So we've got some things to work out there, but there is no prohibition for the sellers to pay the buyer's agent fee. The fourth misconception about the NAR settlement is that this will significantly lower home prices because the seller is no longer having to pay a buyer's agent commission. So number 1, the seller may choose not to pay that commission and they may choose to pay it. But I will tell you, from a real estate agent perspective, just because a seller's settlement and closing costs go down, it doesn't mean they're going to ask less for their home. I think most sellers want to get every penny they can out of their home, and this does not change the value of the home or the market value of the home. It just changes the seller's settlement cost. So we don't see it significantly reducing home prices. So number 5 misconception of the settlement is that this is a great thing for buyers because now they can negotiate their buyer fee. So this will work for some buyers, but typically the way we've done things is that the seller will pay the buyer's agent commission so the buyer doesn't have to. And with a buyer that is cash and maybe a wealthy individual that can afford to pay their buyer's agent, it could be a great thing. But for those buyers that are struggling to come up with a down payment on their home and the closing costs associated with the loan, they're going to struggle to pay a buyer's agent. So a smart seller is going to offer commission to buyer's agents to help out those buyers. And this remains to be seen whether this is a winning situation for buyers or not. But I think the ones that are going to suffer are potentially VA buyers and buyers in the lower price ranges that don't have a lot of cash saved up for their down payment and closing costs. If you have questions about these or any other real estate related topics, we are happy to answer your questions at any time at the Christy Reese Group, 970-589-7700. Thanks.